For the second game, I took out all three natural orders and along with them the second copy of Kraterhoof, as well as the Reclamation Sage, which usually doesn't have any use in the Grixis matchups. And I brought in two Nissa Vital Force and two Abrupt Decays. And that's at 1-2, 1-2. Oh, and the Cabal Therapy. Like, the Cabal Therapy is always a bit odd if you do it, because it's not really a card that you need in this matchup, because sooner or later, if you manage to hit their divers, it gets quite top deck heavy, and you'd rather not draw that. But I'd still rather have Cabal Therapy over Natural Order, just to get some early trades if you draw it. And if the game goes late, you're usually favored anyway, so you can bring it in. It's never really good against them, but it's still much less clunky than Natural Order, and again, having the information of what you're up against, like which cards, helps out a lot. So we're on the play. This hand could be quite shaky, but as much as I know about me, I'm definitely gonna keep it. Yeah, gonna lead on Birchal Rangers, I guess, since it's the best creature to have in play. Yeah, if he actually wastelands. And of course he doesn't, even though like actually going Cavern into a creature usually shows weakness, and even though you shouldn't really wasteland a guy who had a turn 1 play, especially if you're playing a tempo deck on your own, it can sometimes be the correct call, giving like if the rest of your hand is super weak and you want to bank on them having not another land, you can try to take advantage of that. But yeah, he didn't. Going turn 1 Shaman is also like a very fine play. Nissa is could be actually quite good if we draw a second land here, because then we can cast turn a third turn. So let's see. And there's the Wasteland. Fortunately, we still get to produce 1 mana, unless he... Actually, if he has Decay, he's gonna hit the Wild Symbiote. Technically, he could even like try hitting one of our creatures, because even if we bounce it, we don't really have mana anymore. But we'll never know. He's got more elves in play than we do. That's the worst. Like, it's a land, but it's still the worst land we could have drawn, because it doesn't really do anything right now. But at least we get to, yeah, Heritage Druid. And set up Nissa for the next turn. Or Abrupt Decay if we need it, but it doesn't really look like we will need Abrupt Decay anytime soon. So what's he gonna do? Cantrip galore. Usually that's a great sign. If your diver opponent doesn't have any pressure on you, and he goes for like 2 cantrips on the third turn, and eventually finds the diver, but overall it's a quite good sign. And here I assume I will just get the Elvish Visionary. Yeah. And draw the Heritage Druid. So this allows us to replay Visionary. And then replay it again, depending on what we find. A land. Land is always good. Okay. Did I already play twice? You guys probably paid more attention than I did. I just came home from work. Or didn't I want to play it? Actually, I must have played it twice already. Yeah. Okay. So, passing the turn and setting up for Nissa next turn. Oh, okay, so I guess I didn't replay it because I wanted to Abrupt Decay. That makes sense. Lightning Bolt is annoying, but it's definitely not the end of the world here. Like, I've had much more devastating Lightning Bolts. Is this Golgari Charm? No, it must be Abrupt Decay. Okay. Abrupt Decay is annoying because now it takes out the second Wild Symbiote, but since we have Abrupt Decay on our own, we can take down the diver and go for the long game. And that's why I guess I'm definitely bouncing the Visionary after Abrupt Decaying here. Oh, I don't. Oh, okay, I see, I don't, because this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would, even had I bounced the Visionary, I would still have enough mana for Nissa. But that would run into days. But even with the Visionary, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would still run into days had I not drawn the forest here. Actually I would not, because I've got Heritage to it. It's sometimes quite hard to understand what was going through my mind when I'm replaying these for you. But I knew there was a reason, and the reason was that I had the Heritage to it in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And now I can even pay, I could have even paid for the days. And the race is on. The race of cards and of damage. Unless he gets a flyer here, I can even safely tick up Nissa again and then still get the emblem afterwards. But with our opponent showing so much weakness, like not really having a clock is a big weakness in diver decks. If you're not playing mass removal, which they often don't. Like sometimes they have the Kogari charm these days. They used to have much more mass removal. And Rug Delver still does in Rough Tumble, but the others not so much. Yeah, so just keep doing what we do best. Drawing cards, making mana, and attacking the opponent. At some point he might even throw away a Deathwatch Shaman just to gain 5 life here, but I guess he's not yet ready to do that. And yeah, we're just gonna draw another card. I guess I'm gonna keep the Heritage Druid in hand, just in case we draw Glimpse or he has the mass removal, since the Heritage Druid isn't really gonna attack or doing anything. So yeah, I'm just passing, keeping the Quirion Ranger we just drew of the Violet Symbiote as well. Because at this point he really has to have some kind of mass removal. Or like, I don't know, brainstorm into Triple Delver or something. Even then I guess we're in okay shape. Triple Delver would be annoying, but come on. Yeah. So the best friends team is probably gonna bounce Visionary at end of turn here. Yeah, there it is. And okay, we drew Ooze, which will help us out a lot in the long game. If that's gonna be a long game in the first place, because at this point I'm pretty much just sticking for Green Sun Senate, Behemoth or Glimpse, because all of them would probably end the game on the spot, since the opponent has only one creature. But if I can't find them, I guess I'm gonna make the emblem somewhat soon, or am I gonna attack? I don't know. Both are quite viable options. And I think I'd rather draw more cards. Let's see. Who needs Glimpse when you can draw like 3 cards a turn cycle? And the opponent just concedes. He's like, I've seen enough of this, you're gonna win the game, like, it's almost guaranteed. And it kind of is a small tell, as in he really doesn't have, like, I would be utterly surprised for this kind of tech to have, like, say, Toxic Deluge, but it's not completely out of the question. And yeah, so it's somewhat of a tell that he really doesn't have anything in the stack, or maybe he just got frustrated. Like, that's probably the more likely thing. So yeah, we earned ourselves a chance in game 3, so let's see how that goes.